Today we're going to be looking at the growth of Western democracies. And we're going to be looking really at three specific democracies. That would include the United States, Great Britain, and France. First, we'll look at Great Britain. We're going to be looking at democratic reforms that took place in Great Britain. Our learning objectives will be to discuss the democratic reforms that took place in Britain between 1814 and 1914. Reforming Parliament. In 1815, Britain had a constitutional monarchy with a parliament and two political parties. Still, it was far from democratic. Although members of the House of Commons were elected, less than 5% of the people had the right to vote. Wealthy nobles and squires dominated politics, and the House of Lords could veto any bill passed by the House of Commons. Long-standing laws kept Catholics and non-Anglican Protestants from voting. In the 1840s, reformers pushed to end religious restrictions on voting. After a fierce debate, Parliament gave equal political rights to Catholics and non-Anglican Protestants. A battle soon raged over making Parliament more representative. During the Industrial Revolution, many people moved to cities, but rotten boroughs, or rural areas that no longer had a large population, still had representation in Parliament. Meanwhile, many new industrial centers did not have representation in Parliament, despite their large population base. So one of the first attempts at reform was the Reform Act of 1832. By the 1830s, the Whigs and Tories, the two political parties, were battling over a bill to reform Parliament. The Whigs represented the middle class, and the Tories represented the nobles. Parliament finally passed the Great Reform Act of 1832, which eliminated rotten boroughs and expanded the electorate, or number of eligible voters. Property ownership was still required to vote, however.